I still haven't seen this house. I hope it's actually there.
More on that later. Anyway, this is Amy. If there's one thing she's good at, it's getting a raise. She increased her compensation by $100,000 4 times. She did this by following some rules that she made after her first negotiation attempt went horribly wrong.
My manager was like, congrats, you get a 3% raise. I was like, oh, is this what working life is going to be about? I did some homework and came back to have a conversation in terms of what is my market value? Where else could I go in order to get a higher pay? And then try to justify where my skills are valuable to the company.
And Amy says, don't forget that benefits can be an extra way to get what you want.
You don't negotiate for like, make sure I get this much work-life balance, but I do think that you vet their culture. What is their PTO policy? What is their sick policy? Mat leave, all those things, those are all part of your compensation as well. So just focusing on not just the number and making sure you have time outside of work to do what you love.
She went from making $100,000 to $500,000 a year. So she decided to put her money to work for her by investing.
When the pandemic hit, I was also trying to go home to LA quite often to help out with my family, and all these things just kind of came crashing together where I was like, you know what, I need more freedom in my life. How am I gonna do it? Tried a lot of different things, Etsy, Amazon, all of this, and realized that real estate was actually probably the most impactful one. And so in 2021, I bought my first long-term rental out of state. I still haven't seen this house. I don't know what it looks like. I hope it's actually there, but I'm getting rent every month. So got my feet wet, and then I started realizing like, hey, this is actually where it starts to snowball. So that kind of ticked my interest in terms of just pursuing a lot of real estate. So I was still working my W-2 job, and I was like, I love my job enough that I don't want to quit just yet, and I just want to be work optional. How do I also be able to pursue my side hustles?
So now Amy, the master negotiator, did something no one would have expected. She asked for a lower salary and more flexibility so she could pursue her real estate investments.
This year, set a couple of goals to buy a multifamily house.
I didn't realize yesterday you saw it on Zillow.
Yeah.
I saw it on Zillow the same time.
Yeah.
And I was like, we closed.
But also investing in a couple of syndications to make sure it's like very passive.
Syndication, when a group of investors pool money to buy a piece of real estate.
And then I just closed on my first Airbnb over in Scottsdale. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm very excited. Everyone's journey is different, but definitely create goals for yourself that are achievable in chunks and pieces, because you want to celebrate all your wins as well along the way. You're gonna make mistakes, and that's totally fine. I've made plenty of mistakes on my journey, but I do think that that's what's making me continue to seek knowledge and learn from those things so that I can share what I've learned to others and hope that they also are inspired to work on their financial journey. I didn't come from anything really. My parents came from China with nothing, and they don't speak English. My dad had this whole American dream in his mind, couldn't achieve it, but that didn't stop us from, becoming who we are today. You shouldn't be discouraged just because life didn't give you the right cards. You can make your own journey as well.